Y ya está comenzando a grabar.
Bueno, pues, good morning. I would like to welcome you to the session on business opportunities in Slovenia, organized by the Chamber of Commerce in Navarre with the collaboration of the Embassy of the Republic of Slovenia in Madrid and the Ljubljana Chamber of Commerce and Industry. First of all, I want to apologize that our director was finally unable to join us today, but our international trade manager, Ana Cañada, will present the session. Buenos días. Lo que decía, ¿no? Que os doy la bienvenida a la sesión sobre oportunidades de negocio en Eslovenia, que está organizada conjuntamente por la Cámara de Comercio de Navarra con la colaboración de la Embajada de la República de Eslovenia en Madrid y la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Ljubljana. Como os decía, os dejo con Ana Cañada, que os presentará también a nuestras colegas de la Embajada y de la Cámara de Comercio de Ljubljana. Bienvenidos. Adelante, Ana.
Buenos días y bienvenidos a esta sesión sobre Eslovenia. Queremos acercaros hoy un poco a este pequeño país, pero interesante país del centro de Europa. Está situado en un lugar estratégico entre varios países y que es independiente desde 1991. Es un país joven, con 2 millones de habitantes y una población pues aproximadamente el doble que Navarra, con lo cual es un país, como decía, pequeño, ¿no? Tiene su propio idioma y es un país pequeño pero muy dinámico. Sobre todo su PIB se compone por el sector servicios, casi un 66%. De su PIB está compuesto por las empresas que hacen servicios, industria un 32% y la agricultura un 2%, ¿no? Sus principales socios obviamente son los de alrededor, ¿no? Sus propios vecinos, Alemania, Austria, Croacia y Suiza. Desde Navarra también tenemos bastante actividad con Eslovenia. Año 2021, el año pasado, se exportó a este país por valor de 32 millones de euros, lo que supuso una importante subida respecto a años anteriores. Se había exportado casi unos 23 millones, pero el año pasado aumentaron notablemente hasta 32 millones, como digo, esas exportaciones. Se compró a Eslovenia también por valor de 16 millones, es la mitad exactamente, con lo cual claramente favorable la balanza comercial para Navarra. Estas exportaciones de 32 millones le hicieron posible 75 empresas navarras. Estaba más o menos estabilizado en los años anteriores en unas 50-55 y ya el año pasado se dio el salto a 20 empresas más, haciendo un total de 75 empresas que desde Navarra venden en Eslovenia. Venden realmente más que exportar, porque como sabéis es un país comunitario y son ventas intracomunitarias. De esas 75 empresas, 29 de ellas se consideran regulares, exportadoras regulares, es decir, que exportan al menos 4 años seguidos a este país, ¿no? Que han vendido a este país 4 años seguidos. En cuanto a destino de exportaciones de Navarra, Eslovenia ocupa el lugar número 38. No veis, bueno, es un país prioritario, pero bueno, sí que exportamos, bueno, es nuestro objetivo, es la 5ª provincia de Navarra, es un dato importante, la 5ª provincia española que más vendió a Eslovenia en 2021, con lo cual es un dato yo creo que bastante favorable y que indica el interés de Navarra por este país. Sobre todo son productos industriales, tanto lo que compramos como lo que vendemos son productos industriales, especialmente de automoción. Y vamos a hacer el próximo mes de septiembre, final de septiembre, probablemente octubre, una misión comercial a este país, aprovechando la ayuda de la embajada con la que tenemos muy buenas relaciones. Estuvo aquí el embajador el mes de agosto pasado y de ahí se ha ido tejiendo una buena relación que queremos profundizar en un viaje que os informaremos, por supuesto, en tiempo para que podáis, yo creo que a lo largo del mes de junio ya sacaremos la convocatoria para que podáis inscribiros y participar en ese viaje comercial que haremos en el mes de septiembre. Y por mi parte nada más, voy a dar paso a Tina Gargantov, que es la primera consejera, jefa de misión adjunta de la Embajada de la República de Eslovenia en Madrid. Así que cuando quieras, Tina.
Sí. ¿Se me oye?
Sí.
Sí, vale. Pues muchas gracias, Eva y Ana, y gracias a todos por participar. Pues es un gran placer darles la bienvenida también desde la Embajada de Eslovenia aquí en Madrid. Estamos muy orgullosos de que hemos podido organizar esta jornada, aunque todavía seguimos con los eventos online, pero queríamos aprovechar y no perder el momento para presentar Eslovenia y las oportunidades para hacer negocios en Eslovenia. Quiero agradecer, claro, a Cámara de Comercio para darnos esta plataforma para presentar Eslovenia y su entorno económico y posibilidades de hacer negocios con nuestro país. Y estoy muy orgullosa que hoy está con nosotros también mi compañera y la directora del Centro de Negocios Internacionales de la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Eslovenia, señora Ines Chigoya. Este evento organizamos también después de una, como ha dicho pues las dos, Eva y Ana, exitosa visita de nuestro embajador a Navarra y a Cámara de Comercio de Navarra el agosto pasado. Y me alegro ver que hay unas empresas también que estaban en esta primera reunión con nuestro embajador y que están también hoy aquí. En esta visita a Navarra y en las reuniones en la Cámara de Comercio acordamos muchas similitudes entre Navarra y Eslovenia y la importancia de desarrollo de la cooperación económica entre los dos. Pues como ya hemos escuchado, Eslovenia es un país de muchas oportunidades, está ubicada en el centro de Europa y cuenta con una posición estratégica en el corazón del mercado europeo, con un buen acceso al mercado europeo y también al mercado de, por ejemplo, los Balcanes occidentales. Con nuestra compartida historia, Eslovenia dispone de mucho conocimiento de esta zona y de oportunidades que hay y cómo hacer negocios ahí. La economía de Eslovenia está enfocada en el comercio internacional y el buen clima económico de Eslovenia se refleja también en el intercambio económico con España. En los últimos años, pues antes de la pandemia, hemos tenido un superávit constante en el intercambio comercial con España, que en 2019, y eso fue ya por tercera vez, superó los 1.000 millones de euros de intercambio económico. Y me alegro de que los números después de la pandemia están recuperándose. El año pasado, Eslovenia exportó mercancías por valor de 530 millones de euros a España y las importaciones desde España estaban casi a 560 millones de euros. Entonces, el comercio total una vez más superó 1.000 millones de euros. Creo que cooperación económica entre Eslovenia y España es buena o bastante buena, pero sin embargo todavía quedan muchas oportunidades sin explotar para profundizar aún más nuestra cooperación económica. En cuanto al volumen del comercio total entre los dos países, España ocupa el puesto 19 entre los socios comerciales exteriores de Eslovenia, que ya hemos escuchado que los primeros para Eslovenia son países de pues, nuestros vecinos. Pero si tenemos en cuenta que España es 13ª economía más grande del mundo y que Eslovenia exporta el 80% de su PIB, creo que España podría ocupar un lugar significativamente más alto en cuanto a la importancia de los socios económicos de Eslovenia. Y por eso es nuestro deseo que en unos años España pueda estar entre los más importantes socios económicos de Eslovenia y las oportunidades las vemos en los sectores de automoción, farmacéutico, en nuevas tecnologías, en digitalización, en turismo verde y sostenible, y con la nueva crisis que lo estamos pasando también muy importantes sectores de alimentación y de energía. Y la cooperación económica entre Eslovenia y Navarra está buena, pero creemos que la podemos reforzar también. Y como hemos escuchado el año 2021 sobre la base de las exportaciones de España por comunidades autónomas, Eslovenia, Navarra tenía el 6º lugar, o el 5º, no sé, pero fue después de Cataluña, Galicia, País Vasco, Valencia y Castilla y León. Y pues espero que esta jornada dará un paso más a un mayor conocimiento de Eslovenia que va a crear más interés en nuestra cooperación, y que esta reunión nos va a servir como una buena preparación para la organización de esta primera misión comercial desde Navarra a Eslovenia, pero también de Eslovenia a Navarra, y que espero que pues se lleve a cabo esta misión en la segunda parte del año. Y espero veros todo en vivo en Eslovenia esta vez. Y muchas gracias. Y damos la palabra, si os parece, a Inés para presentarnos en más detalles las oportunidades que tenéis en Eslovenia. So Ines, if you want, you can start with the presentation in Slovenia.
Thank you, Tina, for your introduction. Thank you, Eva, for the opportunity actually to introduce not only the Slovenian business environment, but also some of the companies and opportunities between our two regions. Interest is mutual, so I think that we set some foundation for future good cooperation, and hopefully to see you here in Slovenia in the second part of this year. Before I go to my presentation, I would just like to briefly introduce my background. I'm coming from the Chamber of Commerce and Industry from Slovenia. The Chamber of Commerce is actually the biggest representative of the employees in Slovenia. We do not have obligatory membership, but we have, our members are the biggest companies in Slovenia. Actually, we have around 7,000 members, and also Chamber of Commerce is within the Chamber of Commerce we have 26 different associations tied to different industries and 13 regional chambers as well. And I am from the International Relations Department. So I will just go to my presentation. We'll share my PowerPoint. Just to find it. Slovenia. Okay, do you see it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So first of all, I would like to, before we go with our advantages and highlights of Slovenia, just to emphasize that the position of the Slovenia, for the last time now, I'm noticing that a lot of foreign, a little bit distant countries are mistaken Slovenia that it is near the Ukrainian border and the Ukrainian-Russian crisis. I can assure you we are away from the Ukraine, but nevertheless we are also affected with the Russian-Ukrainian crisis as other countries in terms of energy, logistics, and other supply chain issues. But nevertheless, we are coping with this challenges quite well, actually. So the main advantages here in Slovenia, I can say excellent geostrategic position with well-established easy access to markets, neighboring markets, quality infrastructure, and stable export-driven economy. quality workforce, and most important, we have quality of life. Regarding the geostrategic position, I can say that for a lot of third countries, we are like gateway to European and global markets, as we are positioned in the crossroad of TEN-T corridors, which makes ideal entry point for access to other markets, especially in the Central Europe and Southeast Europe. Combining those two regions, you can reach from Slovenia more than 7 million customers. In the terms of accessing, we have 1 hour flight or 5 hour drive to main or major European cities like Vienna, Belgrade, Munich, Milano, and especially with our neighboring countries, we have a long business and personal link with those regional markets. Also, a big advantage for Slovenia, we have a knowledge of regional languages or other languages as well. Also, the custom and the culture within the region. Regarding the infrastructure, Port of Koper is actually entering point for the overseas market and has a leading container terminal in the Nordic Adriatic, as well as the largest car terminal. Excellent port of infrastructure, and one of the most northern ports of the Mediterranean. Also, we have reliable ICT infrastructure. Regarding the inland transport, we are now in a full of project of infrastructure projects, as well as Croatia also focus on modernization of railways and roads. Actually, this year we have record budget for the infrastructure projects. It's around $1 billion, 900 million euros, sorry, for the next year also. And within that money, the roads and the railway infrastructure, the cycling paths will be constructed. So some big changes here in inland transport in a few years. Then moving forward, regarding the economy, I can say that Slovenia is one of the few countries with 100% of macroeconomic stability, ensuring low risk environment to investors. What is more, the World Bank doing business indicators rank Slovenia among, I think it positions her on 37th place among 190 economies, highlighting the Slovenia's commitment to provide stimulating business condition. And also, Slovenian economy is very well integrated in the European production chain. We are 22nd most developed country. Also, labor productivity increased in 10 years for 10,000 euros over the last 10 years. Also among fastest growing economies in the Central Europe. It's very well diversified. If we break down the economy by the sector, of course, the service provide total value added, but what sets Slovenia apart from the other countries is the large share of industry, with around 30%, is the third most industrialized country in EU member state. Industry also accounts for 80% of private investment and research and development. And we have very, very strong and sectors, which you will see in the following PowerPoint presentation. Regarding the trade, of course, we are a small economy, so therefore we are heavily export oriented. Last year we export combining with products and the service in amount of 40 billion euros, of which that are 8.5 billion is from the services. High surplus in services. Actually, we ranked in 28 in COF Globalization Index, and also ranks 11th in terms of complexity of its economy. We are also, according doing business indicators, first in trading across business, and actually we ranked 9th among the EU countries in terms of speed of export growth. Service sector has been a big part of the economy, competitiveness of the Slovenian transport chain, and increased range of Slovenian tourism products have made particularly diverse and decisive contribution to increasing service export. Actually, in terms of trading with goods, the top export products, of course, you can see it are road vehicle, machines, and pharmaceuticals, iron and steel also, and the top trade partners combining export-import are traditionally Germany, Austria, Italy, Croatia, France, Hungary. Spain here is on, I think, 18th place, looking total trade with Slovenia and Spain, the country. A little bit more over than 1 billion trade. So actually we have a lot of space here to improve the bilateral cooperation in terms of products and services or solutions as well. In terms of foreign direct investments, number one partner here is Austria and Germany. We have here around 1,000 Austrian companies with, companies with Austrian capital. And our number one partner for our foreign investments is Croatia and Serbia. So we have very well established business ties in the Western Balkans due to the joint history in former Yugoslavia. Also, our brands are very well known in Western Balkans, also in the DACH region. But our investments are the most in the Western Balkans. So a lot of, only 750 companies are are generating 86% of value added of the total export. But we have a lot of great smaller companies who are also heavily involved with the export as well. So moving forward, we are very oriented towards green technology, sustainability, responsibility, and also the most important part right now is the digitalization. Companies are receiving a lot of initiatives from the Slovenia in order to digitalize their process or services or manufacturing sites. We are also in the forefront regarding the circular economy. and also third most forest country in Europe, and fourth richest country in renewable water resources in Europe. Ninth least polluted country. We are also the initiative of the World Bee Day, which was actually 20th of May. And also 30th in the quality of life, which is actually quite highly valued here in Slovenia and very appreciated. Also, life-work balance is very well established. Quality workforce, I must say that this is something that foreign investors emphasize, that they are very much appreciated Slovenian quality workforce. Also, the Austrian companies get every year survey, and this is the main reason that they are appreciating actually having here their businesses, because of the quality workforce. We have a lot of young people who are attending or finished tertiary education. Also, a lot of people are speaking, you can see 84% at least 2 foreign languages. Regarding the productivity, we rank at the top if we compare to the region. A lot of university degrees, and a lot of students are studying actually abroad. Regarding the innovative environment, I must say we are not in the leaders group. We are moderated innovators, but situation is actually improving. We are heading back towards the leading innovative countries. The number of researchers went up quite a lot actually, and we are above the EU average. Also, the innovation activity is high compared to the million population. We have 20 patent applications, which is the highest figure in the Central European region. So, regarding the our ecosystem for the high technology, so this is somehow the tool for strengthening the innovative capacity of the Slovenian economy. A lot of research institutions and universities are also involved with the business environment, so that's how we can bring the gap between the fundamental science, applied businesses, with combination with academic, and then we can address most important industrial questions. Also, the strategic development and innovation partnerships are very important. With all that, here they are all linked, so you can go to their sites, and also you can see which companies and which research institutions and universities are involved in this so-called SRIPs. And they are all addressing the smart specialization, which is the pillar of within the EU directive. This is something that is Chamber of Commerce also heavily involved with all these SRIPs. So regarding the key industries, and I will highlight some key industries, but not so much advanced solutions that we are providing also, and that actually are very applicable and very good from our companies. Focusing on four main key industries. Of course, the most important in Slovenia is automotive industry. So automotive industry is like representing the 10% of the country's GDP, and make up around 20% of total Slovenian export. We have over 100 Tier 1, Tier 2 suppliers, also a lot of OEM manufacturers. So, but within this automotive industry, currently we are going under the rapid change, actually, with e-mobility and electrical vehicles, self-driving technologies, who are actually shaping the future. So basically, not single car produced in Slovenia, I mean in Europe, I mean, have at least one component made from the Slovenian company. So also the Slovenia automotive market is very supported by other industries like tooling, robotics, measurement device industries, ICT industries, softwares, artificial intelligence as well. So industry includes a lot of component suppliers and to end producers as well. So leading companies, of course, you can see they're Revos, obviously, a Renault manufacturer based in Novo Mesto. Also, we have Akrapovic, who is very known for their exhaust systems. And we have Odelo, and also you will find in the catalog, which I put it in the last slide, also different interesting companies who are involved with the automotive industry. A lot of opportunities here in the field of e-mobility, of the testing grounds, and developing some other solutions and other components in the automotive industry. So ICT industry, I must say that we are here pioneers in artificial intelligence and blockchain technologies. Slovenia is here quite a big player in these two segments. Our digital landscape also features a wide network of diverse niche-oriented companies from the software and advanced measurement systems, some popular apps. You are also familiar, I believe, with IoT solution and smart homes and especially smart cities. Also video games, actually. So these ecosystems in the blockchains includes 25 leading companies who are developing blockchain solutions from the logistics, healthcare, e-commerce, financing, data sharing, and so on. And also Slovenia hosts the headquarters of the UNESCO Artificial Intelligence Center. So with the institution Josef Stefan, together with Microsoft, they are a key player in OECD Artificial Intelligence Observatory system, and they are monitoring all the developments on the field of artificial intelligence. So basically, 10 institutions, 30 research groups, and 200 researcher works within the artificial intelligence here in Slovenia with the 2 million population. So leading companies here, of course, are telecommunication operators, mobile operators, communication service, and we also have within the Chamber of Commerce Zitex Group, who is basically export oriented and doing worldwide actually trade. And here I must emphasize also in e-health, we have a leading company, Better Care in e-health, who is providing all the solution and doing a backbone for the e-health globally in all countries. So moving forward for the next industry, machining and metalworking. For this is something also related to the automotive industry. The metal processing industry, together with machinery production, is among Slovenia's top exporting sectors, actually, and serves as a backbone to the automotive field. So metal processing is one of the fastest development sector, although it's like traditional, but now it's developing pretty fast with high growth sales and high value added. Slovenian steel makers are among the largest producers of stainless steel and special purpose steel in Europe. So their products are actually made for the most demanding users in aerospace industry, oil industries, and also in the machine production. So machinery actually is, if you have a strong metal industry, of course, this is the foundation for the machinery industry, and combining with tool making fields, because actually we have a very good companies in this field, also like Unior, you can see it down. Slovenia companies develop and produce a lot of different machineries for different industries like pharmacy, logistics, woodworking, forestry, and especially agriculture machinery. So we have a lot of companies who are, as I already mentioned, in the molding tools, in die castings, in tool formatting, sheet metal. So we are some leading global implemented in some leading global automotive companies. So Slovenian engineers played a pioneer role in the development of robotized and automated warehouses. As a matter of fact, we have Japanese company invested here in Slovenia now for the second plant, who are automatizing, robotizing for productions. So I think that is also in that field, and also we have the company who is robotizing products. I mean, they have robotized how can I say, a product actually you can use in vineyards. So a lot of this robotization stuff are actually going on here in Slovenia. So healthcare, well-being, I mean, you can combine again here a lot of different sectors, from software, from products, from appliances, and also in that field, I mean, this is second largest export sector in Slovenia. So in terms, we have like two biggest drug manufacturer here in Slovenia. So actually, that's why the medicaments are the #1 export products. Also, Slovenia is very well integrated in the pharmaceutical value chain in Swiss markets. And Slovenia medical equipment producers are pioneers in the laser technology. Photona Group, you can also see it in the catalog, and still continue its position in that field. Also, Slovenia produce high-end equipment for physiotherapy, rehabilitation, aesthetic medicine, and, as I said, laser medical devices, but very well integrated in e-health system and also laboratory equipment. So these are some opportunities here, of course, in smart system solution and technology communication, which is actually a big issue here in Slovenia. So briefly with some highlights regarding these sectors. But as I said before, I put here an online catalog that we have, and all these sectors are also not sectors, but also with the companies and their details, contact informations are included in these catalogs. These catalogs were used for Expo Dubai business missions that we did them on these various topics. So actually a very good catalog, and it might come to your use. So basically this is it from my side. And thank you for your attention, and also I can be at your disposal for any questions that you have tied to your business operation or a business interest in Slovenia or in this region. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ines, for your presentation. Interesting, great little country, Slovenia. Some sectors different, very interesting for us. Some questions. Hay preguntas por parte de los que estáis online. Podéis hacerlas oralmente o escritas, como queráis. Realmente hemos visto las cantidad de oportunidades que nos ofrece este país y realmente se ha despertado, yo creo que mucho interés en viajar para conocerlo, ¿no? ¿Alguna pregunta? Podéis escribirlas, queréis hablar, no tenéis consultas para hacer. Supongo que te ha interesado la presentación y el país, ¿no? Bueno, no tenemos preguntas. Creo que ha sido muy interesante, sobre todo saber, por ejemplo, bueno, a mí me ha llamado la atención, ¿no? El nivel, ¿no? de estudiantes de ciencias y de ingeniería. Habéis hablado de un 38%, ¿no? Es un nivel espectacular, ¿no? Para un país, ¿no? Sobre todo porque, bueno, vemos que faltan muchos ingenieros, igual entre las mujeres, ¿no? Y me ha parecido que tiene mucho sentido el desarrollo de ese país con la formación que tienen sus estudiantes, ¿no? Más de un tercio de la población universitaria y realmente para ser un pequeño país no dejáis ni un sector afuera, ¿no? Blockchain, artificial intelligence, todo. No hay sector que Eslovenia no desarrolle, ¿no? Me parece espectacular. ¿Cuál es el secreto, Tina? Te oímos, no te oímos.
Vale, eso, ahora sí. No sé, porque como has dicho que estamos tan pequeños y pues vemos que hay muchas oportunidades que tenemos que explotar, entonces tenemos que ocuparnos de todos. Y sí que espero que sin preguntas eso significa que hay interés y que todo está claro y que ya todos van a viajar a Eslovenia para conocerlo mejor.
Sí, la exposición ha sido espectacular, la verdad, muy interesante. Me ha parecido que ha dado a conocer muy bien, ¿no? Todos los sectores, healthcare, todo. Vamos a ver, tenemos una pregunta que nos hacen aquí en el chat. ¿Podrían informarnos de las líneas generales de la situación de la construcción, infraestructuras, así como el mercado, situación del sector de canteras, minería, hormigón? Que nuestra actividad está vinculada a esas actividades. La construcción.
For the infrastructure.
Yes. What is the situation about the construction?
As I mentioned before, I mean, Slovenia accepted a huge budget on these sectors, and the government, I mean, the state is coordinating this project, of course, for the second tier that we are like doing it forever. I hope this will finalize But the second tier got the company here in Slovenia, I think, Tina, Collector. I mean, here is actually, they can apply for different infrastructure sectors, but it's better to connect with the Slovenian company, so they will have the bigger chances. And also something most important is that not only Slovenia, also Croatia have huge plan in infrastructure sector right now in terms of roads, railways, and we have, of course, a lot of companies involved here. So in first, they need to check which company would be like suitable for them to connect in order to explore together the options. But nevertheless, this year we will invest 1 billion euros in roads and railways.
Mm-hmm. Good. More questions? ¿Más preguntas? Está escribiendo.
I don't know, Ines, if you can tell us, because there was a question, what's the secret of the success of Slovenia and that we are involved in so many sectors?
I mean,
saying that we're, small and we need to take advantage of all the opportunities we get, but I don't know if you have something to add.
I mean, the position is the position is in our advantage, and also we have all these natural resources.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned before, it's highly industrialized country. So this is something from before, like traditional sectors like metal and machinery. They're like a robust industry, but now it is very highly developing. When I showed you before this ecosystem with combination with universities and smart strategic within the EU, then you get the results. And I think that one of the advantage also is that we are small and we can easily connect. So we don't work like in Spain, they work in cooperatives and so on, but we just connect in some kind of clusters or partnerships and with different applications. Combining that, you have like great solutions, because we have very great companies here, and you must come here to see these different types of centers that where all of this is made and produced.
¿Más preguntas tenéis? Pues si no hay más preguntas, yo creo que podemos terminar, ¿no?
Sí. Todos preparados para el viaje. Está bien.
Eso es. Muy bien, os enviaremos la presentación, como ha dicho Inés, y esperamos también que os interese la misión, que os informaremos puntualmente para realizar en septiembre. Thank you so much, Inés. Our colleague in the Chamber of Commerce of Ljubljana. It's a pleasure for us.
Thank you for having us, and thank you to all the participants for joining us.
Okay. Bye bye.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Un saludo.